Greetings, petrolheads. Welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game. Now today I'm gonna present you guys the 1976 Athena UL1. It's a utility car, yes. It's an SUV that also comes as a pickup. So basically this is how it looks. I went ahead and went back to the ladder chassis because, you know, space frame isn't really that useful on an off-roader, and this really is mainly focused on, you know, luxury is always, and also off-roading for this one. Hence the ladder chassis, hence the McPherson's and the leaf springs. Coil would be better because comfort is low rather than very low on the leaf springs, whereas load capacity is extremely high on leaf springs, which is better for the pickups. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it. It's good either way. Right. So obviously I did sort of have to try a couple of things out in order to make, you know, the very rounded Athena main grille work on this just blunt and square front. But I think the result is alright. It came out alright. And then obviously on the rear we have these taillights and a bit of chrome going into the indicator. That's nice. And these cars are all longitudinal 4x4, so that's the important part. Engine-wise, we are still using the same 3-liter Hecate inline 6, unchanged from 1974. Took it straight out from the HS1, and well, I mean, I don't see a reason not to use that engine in this car. And I think that if we're gonna be producing these engines, or if we're gonna produce these cars which have which are all not really about going fast, then we might as well use engines that we already have in order to save a lot of development costs for new engines. So we got a 4-speed auto in this car. We have a manual locker for better off-roading. We have hard long life road tires because they're better off-road than the chunky off-roads are on-road. So, you know, off-road is still high with those hard long life road tires, whereas if I go to the chunky off-roads, obviously off-road will go up, but drivability will decrease quite significantly. And also the stopping distance improved on off-road tires. That's interesting. Yeah. So I think the hard long life road tires are just overall the better choice. I mean, obviously you could also order some chunky off-road tires after buying the car. We got vented discs up front, solid discs on the rear. No under tray on these ones because I don't think I'm not taking these cars that far. Like, they should still be easy to live with, easy to work on if there are any repairs necessary. 5 seats, handmade interior, luxury 8-track, you know, the usual good stuff here. Hydro pneumatic springs, very drivable suspension graph, and almost 40 drivability. We have a weight of 1335 kilograms, which is Actually, for a big off-roader like this, not that bad. Economy is though, because like this has the same drag coefficient as a fridge. And it does decently well in like off-road premium, utility sport premium. Is there anything like off-road sport premium? No, off-road utility. Okay, so that is the first version, and of this one there's the UL130 Cargo. That's the pickup truck. Nothing really to say other than the fact that this is obviously only a 3-seater, not a 5-seater. I quite like the way this rear looks on the pickup. And yeah, well, obviously there's gonna be a lot of people questioning, well, why would you buy a freaking utility car that's so expensive because it has a sumptuous interior, for what little interior there actually is? Well, that's a good question, but if you get the money and you need to transport something on the regular, well, look no further. Yeah, so there is that. Obviously these cars are making another wheel spin because, you know, skinny tires, but skinny tires just make for better off-roading. They really do. And usually for better comfort as well. And then there's the UL140, which again has an engine that we've seen before. It's the 4-liter Rados V8 with the CAT, the 190 horsepower version. Also used in the HS1. And pretty much everything else is the same, even the tires. Brake setup. We do have a little bit of brake fade, but also if I increase the size here, or the pad type for that matter, then drivability and comfort will go down. So I think the tiniest bit of brake fade is actually acceptable. This is all still the same. This has been revised just ever so slightly because, you know, more weight over the front axle, yada yada yada. This one is of course more expensive than the 3-liter version. Not that much, but I think it's still doing decently in like off-road premium and whatnot. So now the UL140 Cargo is the last version. It too has the same engine, of course, and it uses a lot of fuel. And yeah, this again is the cargo version with, you know, lots of loading space over the rear. And actually, yeah, now we're good. 35.7 drivability on this one is still pretty good, considering that we have lots of wheel spin, and you know what the game treats as rear-wheel drive. Because longitudinal 4x4 is just, you know, normally the car is rear-wheel drive, but you can add power to the front wheels to make it all-wheel drive by pushing a button. But all the calculations like drivability, acceleration time, wheel spin are all done for a rear-wheel drive configuration. Okay, what else do we got? The UL140 SUV is obviously the quickest out of the bunch. It does 0 to 100 in 9.9 seconds, which is respectable, I think, and a top speed of 120 miles an hour pretty much. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think that this, especially the SUV versions, I think they would sell decently well. I'm not sure about the pickup versions because, you know, pickups are usually meant to be cheap, and I don't think people would care enough about the interior on a pickup to really buy ours, but I could be wrong. I mean, if you're a truck driver and you need to travel a lot, then the great interior will certainly, you know, pay its dividends. It'll certainly make you feel like it was worth the money, I think, at least. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.